Persian Gulf, east of Iraq and west of Afghanistan. It has an arid climate and contains a range of elevations. Iranians deeply value family. They place an emphasis on the difference between their personal lives, or that's home, and their professional lives, which are here. The major cultural center of any Iranian town is the bazaar or marketplace. Here you may find tradesmen, an open garden, and a place of worship. Iranian food is similar to most Mediterranean food. It's very subtle and places an emphasis on fruits and vegetables rather than the meat dish. Iran's government is a ruthless theocracy that controls most of the media. However, in Iran it is commonplace to use illegal satellite dishes to access information that was not produced by the government. Underground rap is also incredibly popular in Iran. Here, rappers can express their opinions without need for government censorship. Iranians speak modern Persian, or Farsi. Farsi is an Indo-European language, which is part of the Indo-Iranian family in the Iranian branch. It is written in Arabic script. The Farsi word taraf has no English equivalent expression or phrase, but in general it means to accept one's hospitality. Around 600 AD, Muslims conquered the area that is now modern-day Iran. Today, 90% of Iranians are Shiite Muslims. Shiite Muslims believe that only descendants of the Prophet should teach the Quran. Because of this, Iran often disputes with its majority Sunni neighbors. Islam is a universal monotheistic religion. Like Judaism and Christianity, it originally stems from the teachings of Abraham. Muslims go to pray at mosque and read the Quran, which is believed to contain the teachings of the Prophet Muhammad. Muslims practice the 5 pillars of faith, including giving money to charity, pilgrimage to Mecca, and praying 5 times a day. Muslims fast during Ramadan and break their fast on a feast called Eid al-Fitr. Previously known as the Kingdom of Persia, 61% of the population is ethnically Persian. However, a wide range of ethnicities reside in Iran, including Kurds, Azeris, and Arabs. Kurds are majority Sunni and press for a separate state. Violent protests have been spurred by such things as the killing of a Kurdish child by an Iranian officer. Similarly, Arabs in the area also advocate for a separate state. Protests for this have been likely to deter violence. In general, ethnic minorities are often mistreated or misrepresented by the government and media.
Bhutan is located in Asia between India and China, with China in the north and India in the south. The country contains the Himalayan mountains in the north, the Black Mountains, and the Lesser Himalayas. The climate is tropical in some areas, but in the Himalayas, winters are rough. Their most abundant resource is timber because there are many dense forests in Bhutan, but gypsum and calcium carbonate are also abundant. As well as having all these resources, they produce most of the hydropower for their area. Most Bhutanese customs and laws are based off of their religion, Buddhism. There are many folk festivals that consist of traditional Buddhist songs and dances. After the festival, people read scriptures to villagers in order to bless them. The clothing of Bhutan is extremely unique as well. The men and women both wear dresses of bright colors, and this shows that the men and women have equal rights in Bhutan. Food in Bhutan is similar to food from China and India and usually consists of cooked vegetables, meats, spices, rice, and tea. The people of Bhutan are not connected to the rest of the world through globalization, but are more of a folk culture group because of their local traditions. The cultural landscape of Bhutan is made of buildings with a distinct architecture. Bhutanese are very good to their environment and want to conserve what they have in their country. In fact, Bhutan is the only country in the world that has negative carbon emissions. The national language of Bhutan is Dzongkha, but the majority of people in Bhutan actually speak Sharkapka. There are also many minority languages in Bhutan, including Sharkapka and Lhotshampa. Dzongkha came from the Sino-Tibetan family and the Tibeto-Burman branch. There are many many different languages and dialects in Bhutan, so Dzongkha did not become the official language because it was the most spoken.
Many tribes actually speak different languages. Buddhists have religious customs that include traditional dancing at festivals that they believe will bless anyone who watches. This sometimes takes place in the zone, or holy fortress. Dussehra is a national holiday in Bhutan because it is a holy festival. There are several holy books of Buddhism, but the Tripitaka is the most well-known because it is the oldest. Buddhism spread to Bhutan in 650 AD when it entered Asia and spread to China. Buddhists worship in various places, including temples and shrines. Shrines are holy places that can be built anywhere, including inside houses. Buddhists pilgrimage to places where Buddha had been, such as his birthplace, where he gave his first sermon, and where he died. Buddhism can be found in Bhutan and other places like Sri Lanka. The ethnic groups in Bhutan are the Nagawa, Sharkap, indigenous peoples, and the Nepalis. The Nagawa people came in the 9th century, the Sharkap people came from Assam, and the Nepalis came in the 1980s, and now they make up 20% of the population. Bhutan is fairly multicultural, and they even welcome refugees. The race of Bhutanese includes mostly people of the Asian race. All the ethnicities came together in Bhutan around 1980 when the final Nepalis came into the country, but before then, natives already belonged to the area. In the 1980s and 90s, the Nepali population was discriminated against, but soon Bhutan and Nepal made compromises and allowed Nepalis back into Bhutan. The indigenous people of Bhutan are spread out in the countryside, and they live traditional lives. Iran and Bhutan are similar to each other because they both have a rich folk culture, both value religion deeply, and incorporate it into their everyday life. However, religious and ethnic differences in Iran often lead to conflict, while Bhutan